Winner. You lose. Good day, sir. I have some business to attend to.
What's up? All day family? It's Brett. It's Lofa. Lofa is coming to us from a dark
Muscles.
station somewhere. He's got the earbuds in. Where are you tonight, my man?
I'm at Gig Harbor with
Okay.
my boy Packy and friends, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of the troops. We love our troops. Salute to the service, right? And yeah, I just dominated darts. That's what I do. That's what I care. Bro, no, you can't fight. Look at these guys. You can't fight. Can't fight back after you
Is
lost.
that
Sorry.
is that a Big Cat jersey? Turn the camera around. You didn't
Oh
hold
yeah,
it
yeah.
enough.
We got Johnny Langston in the house, baby. We got
Johnny
my dad Justin,
Langston.
best friend Steve, Carl, Hot Carl,
What's up?
Chelsea,
Look at
Zach over
these
there.
Seahawks
Look at,
fans. Look at
I
leather
mean,
cap.
we threw down over here. Carl,
My God.
Pac-Man, say what's up to everybody. Just wave, bro.
Beautiful.
Just wave.
What a beautiful night, everybody. The Commanders and Seahawks, they're on Sunday Night Football, and the Seahawks, they absolutely dominate, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to mute my Lofa's microphone there. They dominate 38-14 in prime time. Jaden Daniels goes down. You never did like to see anyone get injured, but it was late in the game. The Seahawks were well in command. Sammy D dropping dimes all over the place. He was perfect through halftime. Didn't let up in the second half. The defense looks hungry. Lofa, the Seahawks are the darlings of the NFL, my friend. We're no longer under the radar. Chris Collinsworth, with all of his stuttering, proclaims us a Super Bowl contender. What say you while watching this team in the best division in football? Because my goodness, all these teams have 6 wins, but we're looking good, man. And we're looking good in those unis.
Well, first and foremost, to every, all-day fan member, Brett and I have been saying this is the year, right? We got our I like to go off patterns. And so every pattern of Mikey McDonald has been awesome. Year 2, year 3, and on. I mean, 10-7 as the youngest head coach, just astronomical. And he was not happy with that. But his defense has always trended in a positive way. And look, as amazing as our offense was, I don't know if you guys know, but I played defense. And so I'm still going to look to that side of the ball because defense does actually win championships. And so we'll get to the offense in a second, but I mean, it's just, this is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been saying here, that this will be a top 5, top 3 defense. I think we're probably number 1. And I just can't say enough about the guys that have stepped. Ty O'Connor, right? Undrafted,
Yeah.
right? And
Playing
I
his
think
ass.
this is just, dude, and just absolute savage. Like I can't say enough about this kid because when you're undrafted, you don't get real opportunities to have a chance. You don't even, and we've had David Hawthorne on this podcast and we talked about it, where it's astronomical for you to even just get a chance to make the fucking roster. Never mind actually get significant snaps. And you mess up one time, and it's like the coaches lose faith in you. And he hasn't been perfect, but every time he's been there and gotten better. Like big hits, interceptions, like that toe drag swag that he had on his
Yeah.
interception was
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Crazy.
So, so like I obviously Big Cat, Marcus, Jay Reed, the pressure was applied down in and down out. And so while we were up 28-0, awesome, but it's not hard to play when you get 2 turnovers and field position. And so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just like to keep apples to apples, everything like in perspective. And Sam D for well, if you want to go somewhere else, Brett. But like when he was 16 to 16 and he had 3 touchdowns, I was all right. Like he's cooking, like filthy.
Yeah.
But and JSN was finally given the respect he deserved in terms of the game plan, and they were just like, stop him and we'll be fine because Cooper Cup's out. I was just absolutely impressed with the way it went, how it went. Our party kind of subsided or died down when you're up 28-0. Everybody like we started playing darts, which I won. No big deal.
You
So yeah, dude, like
got
let's get whatever you want to talk about, Brett.
no.
I'm
Yeah.
just amped
We'll
up.
get
I'm
into
so
it here.
excited.
Our guy Lofa, he's live in Gig Harbor at a watch event. There, you guys can see him. Thanks for joining. If you're just joining, the Seahawks destroy the Washington Commanders 38-14 in the nation's capital, which is shut down and quiet at the moment. No politics here, only sports. 38-14, Seahawks victory. The defense looking absolutely just dominant. And Lofa, I think, and by the way, hold on. Before we get to our thoughts, we're putting up all your comments. The free comments come in for the first 12 minutes of the show. After that, fill up the starred chats, the super chats, whatever that is, and we'll be here as long as you want to leave those. Lofa, the thing that has me most excited, and I know the thing that has you most excited, is not only is Sam Darnold distributing the ball and distributing it well, but the defense is doing what he needs to do. And I don't think it really honestly matters who's playing quarterback. They like if this defense is going to get after quarterbacks the way they've been getting after quarterbacks, save for the one game against Tampa Bay, which we've talked about Baker Mayfield and that team, and we think they're awesome. What they're doing against every other team in the NFL, Houston, this game today, before Daniels gets hurt, obviously, we don't wish that on anyone, but before that, they were dominating. Witherspoon coming free on the blitz that Okada was able to do the toe tap on. I mean, that's what has everybody believing, I think. It's not just like, okay, we can score points. Anyone can score points. They're getting after it on defense, man. They're hitting the snot out of people. The hits, dude.
Good. They are beating the absolute dog shit out of people,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's a beautiful sight. And they're
Yeah.
doing it within the new confines of the rules, like not leading with the head. Um, in fact, the only 2 guys that got knocked out, one was Josh Jobe, which Okada just brought the smoke, and then somebody else, Okada, we got to work on the friendly fire. Like he's just a heat-seeking missile. Like I'm going in, but that's what I loved about him when we got him 2 or 3 years ago, and it was just a matter of time. It was like he wants it, he loves it, and he's willing to get better at it. And like so, um, it's special when you find a guy undrafted like him that really should have been drafted, but the stigma of, oh, you're playing at the FCF level, right? This is why I left University of Maine. I didn't want to leave Maine. I wanted to stay true to the Bright Bears, but I was like, I'm not going to dominate the combine. Even 3 years later, I was probably one of the worst performers of the combine, but I had to put it on tape. And this is where I'm excited about the portal. That like, you have a chance to really go in destiny and like go take a chance on yourself. But um, the D line is suffocating. You cannot run on them. Like, and so you make the team one dimensional, and the pocket was continually collapsing. And then the beauty of what McDonald's scheme allows for is like the pressure could be coming from anywhere, and
Mm.
just throw any indecision into a quarterback's mind, and it's a whole different world. And so, dude, like we've said it before, like we are Super Bowl contenders. Like I'm not worried about the Niners. I'm the Rams. This is where you know the experience of McVay and the masterful play calling and setting up. Like we talked about, like boxers, like a championship fight. It's not until like mid rounds, like fifth or sixth rounds, that the champion actually unleashes his game plan. He's trying to seal it out. That's the only thing that like I feel like the Rams, the only thing staying on. I'm not worried about the Niners at all.
Well, I also think like the Seahawks is sitting here at 6 wins, very well could be 8 wins. I mean, Sammy D has the ball with a chance to win it against the Niners. Bosa makes a great play, knocks it out of there. Okay, that's one. Sam Darnold throws an unfortunate pick on the final drive of the game. That's another one. You have the ball with a chance to win it. Those are one possession games. This team is on the rise. They're on the come. Everybody knows it. I think the national media is finally taking notice of that. Chris Collinsworth is slurping them up during the game, the whole game long.
This guy right here.
This guy right here.
This guy, he's got a howitzer for an arms. Like
You guys
just
keep filling up the chat. I mean, how does the chat feel? Like, we love flying under the radar, but are you guys digging? Not only are the Seahawks Super Bowl champions, excuse me, but are you digging the national media finally, taking account of that? Is it too early, or are they it? With even worry?
I don't like the national media like singing our praises. That's the one thing, even taking it back
Feels
to
weird.
my rookie, it's definitely foreign territory and just not welcome because we want that disrespect. We want them to tell us we're not good enough. And but it's with how many guys we've had out of the roster and to still like make strides, not just maintain.
Yeah.
Like it's been unbelievable. Like and to the this is no disrespect to one of my favorites, Ty Okada, because this guy is that good. But like Julian Love, he's been a captain for 3 or 4 years, not
Mm.
just here, but also in New York, where we got it. And so it's like there's another level we can experience, but I I feel like we did the responsible thing to put Julian on short-term IR again because he had a mishap in the hamstring issue, and I'm just hopeful that he's okay and we can get him around postseason time. But it's like just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's just keep going. But this is what everybody, when
Yeah.
a lot of the all day fan, even the Take 12 fan, was like giving me shit about was like, yo, the trenches dictate the success, offense and
Yeah.
defensive line.
Yeah.
Those guys don't grow on trees. You can't just find a 6'6",
Huge.
285
But
pounder.
also tonight, I was thinking we're not actually hearing their names all that often, which is a good thing. You know,
Well, yeah, because
I'm
it's
seeing these
everyone.
guys line up. I'm seeing their nameplates. I'm like, I kind of forget who these guys even are, but that's fine by me. They're not getting offsides penalties. They're not getting holding penalties. They're going about their business. They're doing it well. And I think that's actually the sign of a great offensive line is I actually don't know the Jermaine Fetties that are jumping off.
Just strengthen numbers, right? Like, and if anything, the only question I had, and look, like this is after like Sammy played the most perfect first half I think any quarterback in the history of the game has ever played. I think at the half he had 2 or 3 touchdowns, 16 or 16, couple hundred yards. It was just like
They said he
flawless.
matched Warren Moon's franchise record
Yep.
for attempts and completions. I
And then even at one
can't
point,
remember was that.
and even at one point, he had like him and JSN. JSN broke another record, which he's been doing every time he gets more opportunity. It's like
Yep.
7 of 8 for like 120. They're like, no one's done this since 1975. 1975 is a year before the Hawks were a team. So it's not just like our history, it's a league history.
I'm
And
gonna
that
say
is
I'm
wild.
gonna say right now, Montana and Rice,
Never heard of him.
Sammy D and JSN. That's what it reminds me of. JSN's
Yeah.
not going to set the world on fire with his speed, but his route running is incredible. The way that he gets open is amazing. His hands are obviously silky smooth. And Sammy D hits that back foot and lets it rip. That's like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, dude. That's what it
Joe,
reminds
Mon-
me of.
Joe
West Coast
Montana.
offense. I mean, you could talk to us about this, but like timing offense, quick passes, yards after catch. He
Yeah, dude.
wants to, obviously. But I mean,
It's
this offense and the way that they're running is super exciting. Let me give you some numbers. Let
yeah,
me give you some.
please do. Please,
Uh,
brother, please.
Sammy D, 21 of 24 for 334 touchdowns and a pick. But come on.
Well,
JSN, 8 receptions, 129. Hello.
Jesus. Nice. Okay, so like I said, just with Sammy, the one blemish was that pick. It was like he
Yep.
got happy feet, and it was like, dude, it's like 2nd and 4. Well, I don't even think I don't know. Maybe it was 3rd and 4. It's like you have so many lanes, and he's such a great athlete. It's like just like take off and get the first down, and
Yeah.
then keep the drive going, and like waste another 2 minutes of clock. So I just didn't understand why he was rattled in that situation. But like again, just like when we went back to the Bucks and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Sam Darnold fucking interception, fucking he sucks." I was like, "Yo, he had 370 and like 4 touchdowns. He had one bad play, which coincidentally led to their field goal and a loss, but that was on the defense at that time." And so like I just want people to like put shit in perspective and like actually apples to apples and like what we're talking about and looking at. Like every situation is different for every quarterbacks, but all circumstances withstanding, like dude's been playing out of his mind. He's had
Yeah.
two losses at two unfortunate circumstances. The
Yep.
ball hits, like when he fumbled against the Niners, and then like just getting us down in position to that was unbelievable. And then the Bucks, it's like, dude, you can't throw it late over the middle when you're facing Levante Davis. So it was just, one of those circumstances.
Well, okay. So they're talking Sam Darnold MVP.
It's-
Collinsworth talking about it on the broadcast. They're starting to float that out there.
I
I love Sam. I love what he's doing.
yeah.
JSN.
Thank you. You took the words up. Go ahead. You go, Brett, and I'm gonna listen because I, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
What JSN is doing, first of all, leading the league, sorry, in receiving. And then his average yards per catch is off the charts for a guy who was thought to be a slot receiver. Um, the way he gets open is incredible. The only passes he didn't catch tonight were defended well. I mean, the guy is absolutely torching the entire rest of the league, and we always knew that he would.
Okay.
We've been on this show for years.
And my boy Johnny Langston's here. That's why he's not on the podcast, but he's been saying it like for the last 3 years since he got drafted. And it's a pattern of behavior, folks. Like this is who he is. He just fucking shows up and dominates. Johnny and also JSN. But what I'm saying is, like, I want to put everything in perspective when everybody, as much again, and like Donald by the stats, absolutely in the MVP race, like candidate, like yes. But
Yeah.
quarterbacks get so much credit, right? So let's take a closer look at the only two games that the Indianapolis Colts have lost, right?
Mm,
Everybody's been saying Daniel Jones this, Daniel Jones that, the Giants suck, and like this is the reason, like, and so I was like, okay, well, there are only two losses. The Rams, they actually didn't hold Kyron Williams in check. I think he still had like 75 or 80 yards. But, you know, Jonathan Taylor, they held him in check, like, which 75 yards, we'd all be happy with that as a running
yeah.
back
Yeah.
on
Sure.
15 or so carries, whatever. But then today, the fucking Steelers shut his shit down. They were like, no, he ain't beating us. If the quarterback beats us, we're going to find out who he is. And this is what Mike Tomlin does as a coach is like, I'm going to see what you're made of. When everybody had Daniel Jones as the runaway MVP candidate, he turned the ball over like 5 or 6 times for them. And like
Mm,
was detrimental, one score game at the finals. 5 or 6 turnovers should be a 2 or 3 score loss.
yeah.
And so that's all I'm saying is like that's how good that team is. And it's not Daniel Jones' fault, but like any quarterback, ladies and gentlemen, which is what I've been saying, if you don't have a run game and you don't have time, you're in trouble. Like they
Yeah.
can all pick you apart if
Yeah.
they have pocket And that's what I give the O line a shout out today because as awesome as Darnold look and all the receivers and tight ends, Barner, Arroyo, Horton, like which was my favorite pick, right? Going back to our draft, I was like, yeah, dude, watch out for this fucking guy Horton. But
Yeah.
the pocket that was so beautifully constructed, down in and down out, like I gotta give the old linemen only get talked about when they fucking don't do their job, and it's horrible. So like it's not same with kickers. Like they don't get the respect they deserve.
Yo,
And so,
how about some JSN numbers for you? Okay, so
oh
on
god,
his for the career, he's got 213 receptions, but this season he's got 58. Okay,
for like 58, I'm just guessing like 16 or 17 yards per catch average.
16.3. He's got 948 yards this season alone. That's in 8 games. And for his career, he's got 2,577. But 948 of those are just this season alone. I mean, all the question marks coming into the season were, how are they going to replace DK Metcalf? Is JSN ready to be a number one? I mean, he's not only a number one, he's a number one and a number two.
Brother, like I've said it, and I got shit by a lot of people when we extended Lockett. I think it was around JSN's rookie year. I was like, I don't know if this is really going to help us. I will give Lockett credit for like passing on the knowledge because he is a selfless leader. But I was just like, you taking away targets from, you drafted a guy first round to do it. And like, so I sit here thinking about with what we're saying now, almost 1,000 yards already, and a 16 plus average when there were several like schemes to make sure he doesn't get the ball tonight, and he still got the ball, and
Well,
it's embarrassing.
that's
Like,
what I was going to say. I mean, you know DQ. We all know Dan Quinn here. That's a defensive-minded coach. There's no way he's going into that game without JSN being like number one on the bulletin board and on the chalkboard of like, let's go cover this guy. And he's able to do what he's able to do in that game. DQ's got to be scratching his head
well,
after this.
no, GQ is probably gonna like look at the film and be like, dude, we did everything we were supposed to do. We are looking at one like a fucking alien right now. Like we are looking at, and I can't even tell you how amazing he looked before he tore his hamstring in college. Like this kid is an anomaly, like a special. We're looking at one of the greatest receivers
Yeah.
in Seattle history, but like NFL history, they put it up on. It hasn't been done since 1975. Hawks weren't even an organization when it was done. Like,
Right. And they're
let
also
that register.
Yep, and they're also putting up records held by Largent. Like so many games in a row with 100 yards receiving or something. And they're talking about Steve Largent. Even me, the biggest Seahawk fan of all time, the biggest Steve Largent fan of all time, was going, "Wait a minute, his records have to have all been broken by now." So
How?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody can
history.
ever like get to the why of how like specifically like today I saw safety over the top several times, and I was just like, they're still out of position.
History
It's like,
making
dude,
stuff. And
it's like you
history.
got one side on leverage, you got the other. Like you take away short, I take away deep. But specifically on this down and distance, it's like, how can he hurt us? And it didn't matter. It didn't
Yeah.
matter. And that's what's so puzzling for
Well,
defensive coordinators.
Sam Darnold clearly trusts him. I mean, some of those tight windows, some of the throws he's making to him. I don't think Geno Smith was willing to rip that ball into there sometimes. Sam Darnold seems to put it on him in some tight spots and trust his guy. He's letting him do his thing.
Respectfully, arm talent for arm talent, like Cam's up there in the elite. So is Gino, and that's why I said like his skill set doesn't erode. But when you go and change a whole playbook, and I love Chip Kelly, but we just saw a college coordinator come up, Ryan Grubb, your boy, and
Yeah.
it didn't last long, right?
No.
So I do have to give some credit to Kubiak and the relationship between Kubiak, and he knows the strengths and weakness of Sam. I just
Right.
wish Sam would use his legs a little more, especially situation like, dude, second the interception. It's like, dude, you take up. I'm
Yeah.
nitpicking, but it's like the only way they can catch up right now is by we throw the ball and we don't get a completion, so the clock stops, or we turn it over. And what did we do? We just turned it over, and it was like better decision would be like, hey, take off and just get the first down,
Yeah. I feel
or
you there.
run the ball, right? So,
Yeah.
but
I got
man,
you.
I'm very impressed with Kubiak. I'm super impressed with Darnold. And like, this is where I do really give Sam credit is like, we haven't established a run game.
Yeah.
So like, it's like the ceiling's even higher. Like when you have to force another defender down, that's the extra coverage guy for JSN in all passing situations. And dude, you're fucking done. Like,
Here
and
comes
then
the
add Horton, add Barner, add Cody White, who I've been talking about for like 2 years now.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
finally got an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's so many weapons. Like, good luck.
Here comes the super chats, everybody. We're opening it up. If you want to add your questions, add your comments, get your thoughts in here, fill up the super chats, and we'll be here to talk about them as long as we are available tonight, which is for as long as you're available. AJ Islands checking in first. Thanks for being here. Thanks for filling up the chats and all that. What's up, chat? That's my new lingo, Lofa. Okay, yeah,
I like
because
it.
it's copy and paste this link. Send it to a friend. AJ Islands says was not aware that a government shutdown in Washington D.C. included the Commanders too. Ouch!
I love
Laugh
it. I love
emoji.
it, AJ. Right? Let them know we're here. It's over. And I just can't wait to see how we continue to like build on this.
Bad times. Yeah, but I gotta say those throwback unis they were wearing, classic.
The ones you've
Look,
been calling for like 7 years, Brett. You started that gangster shit.
yeah,
That's
I
the
mean our
throwbacks
their
are
throwbacks
your.
they both good.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever. They look like they were playing from 1980. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, that like you were begging for this and you got it. And I don't know. I feel like our record's pretty good on it. It's like
yeah.
you started the 6-7.
The team definitely seeing what's going on. I think in the NFC West right now, I think it's going to
Oh,
be a flight
wait,
to
what
the
is that? Hold on, that's your mic. Hold on, I'm gonna mute that for a second. Keenan checking in. I'm ready to run through a brick wall. Absolutely dominating win. Was interested to see our defense against a quality quarterback who could also use their legs. Defense did not disappoint at all. Please get back quick, EJ. Shout out to Sammy D and JSN. Yeah, I'd say the only question mark coming out of the game is just Ernest Jones. Ernest goes to the training room, unfortunately.
Yeah.
X-rays. We'll see what comes of that in the next few days. But yeah, man. I mean,
It looked
they
like a
they held
high
Jake
ankle
Daniels in
sprain.
check until he got the arm injury at the end, which was brutal.
Well, so Daniels is very smart. So like the only drive they really sustained and took off when he used his legs because he was like, all right, I don't have space and time back here. I'm going to just do what I did all last year, right? And that's why I said he was. When everybody called me crazy, he was the MVP candidate as a rookie. Was that he was the leading rusher of the team and doing everything in the air too with his arms. So decision making was incredible. And then when they scored, it was because he took off and ran the ball. He was like, all right, they're just pinning their ears back and rushing. I'm going to look. Okay, 1, 2, 3 canceled. I'm out. Because I paid attention to like the time and space of like his decision making, and it was like flawless. He just did not have a lot of time in the early on, but I hope he's all right. He's a special talent. But Ernest Jones, my favorite play, Ernest Jones got like hip checked, but he got held by the face mask, and then he just threw the fucking helmet off his head. Like, fuck this! My chin straps in my eyes. Get rid of this thing. And then he gets hip checked, and he's yelling at the ref when he does this, like to let the ref know, like, hey, I'm still going to kill this dude. And like, you can't teach that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't teach that.
He's a
And
beast.
so, oh my God. And so I believe the injury is probably a high ankle sprain, maybe supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks. I bet he's back in 2.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm no doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Express last night.
In Gig Harbor, nonetheless. Lofa's checking in from the GH tonight, everybody. Where are you watching from, chat? Fill it up. Where are you watching from? What are you sipping on? How do you feel after the Seahawks take down the Washington Commanders 38-14? Lofa, this has to be one of the most dominant wins I can remember in recent history, honestly. Like, we always talk about, we never get like a relaxing Seahawks victory. This was one of the most relaxed victories I've had since I can't remember when, to be honest.
Well, I told you we were going to dominate these losers,
We did.
respectfully, because I love Dan Quinn and Bobby Wagner and all the the players. I respect that, but I'm just saying I saw it coming. Just like when the Saints when we were playing them, I was like, yeah, dude, they're done. And we called off the dogs of war in that game too. Like this could have even been 60-0, just like against the Saints, it could have been 60-0. And like you know, sportsmanship. Look it up.
Yeah, Drew Lock gets called in mop-up duty, which is always a good sign. Keenan jumps back into our chat. Thanks for filling up the super chats, Keenan. If you guys want your comments up here, make sure you're filling up the super chat. Keenan says, there's no more moving the goalposts. National media can't deny or leave us out. Seattle is here.
It's our division to take. It's everything's right there in front of us, but it's just stacking wins and just one game at a time. And I don't want the national media. I don't want calling me, oh, this guy right here. I don't want that. I don't like. No, keep disrespecting us, and we'll be fine. Like I don't think they will under McDonald. Like read their own press clippings or relent and like slow down. But it's just like I want Zach against the world, and like we show up and we figure out, we fuck around and find out who's who, and
Well,
that's what I see on this team.
we have the talent. We have the roster. I mean, on paper, if they're all healthy at the same time, between Witherspoon,
But
if you just go defensive side of the ball, Jaron
yes,
Reed, Byron Murphy, Williams,
Lawrence,
Norris,
Norsu,
Ernest
Mafe,
Jones if he's
Hall,
healthy,
Ernest Jones,
Love, Witherspoon, even Worry, this
yeah.
rookie.
Well, like, and even dude, just like it goes on and on. Reek, Josh Jobe, Kyle Okada, Kobe Bryant, like even Warrior, this is just there is no shortage of talent, but that talent still has to come together. And like that's what's the most beautiful part about it. Everyone's selfless. It's like, hey, we're on a mission to kill, and we don't give a fuck who gets the credit. That
Right.
that
Right.
is what it's about. That's what championship teams do. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, you got to think about the heyday. Like, people didn't know who Richard Sherman was before he was Richard Sherman. Just a guy making plays, you know?
like, just
I mean,
just
Thomas
one
was
of
the
the
only
ultimate.
draft pick that was there, right? I mean, really.
Just you get a bunch of ultimate competitors and alphas
Mhm.
around. Like so, I was there at the tail end of my career. Like Earl and Cam were rooks, right? Golden Tate, rook, like Okung, rook. Like it was one of the greatest draft classes I ever seen, right? And really is the foundation for what came to be. But and you stack a couple more pieces through free agency and everything, and just the magic happens as long as everybody doesn't care. Like, dude, we don't. I never looked at the stat sheet for fucking tackles or anything. I'm like, yo, did we win? Then everyone's happy. We got some shit to work on. That was the mentality. We lose. I'm gonna look at the stat sheet just to see yards given up, third down conversions, turnovers, like, and most of that I already had, but I had to get a true understanding because, numbers they don't lie, but
Well, I think
everyone
we got.
says,
I
go
think
ahead.
we got depth. Oh, I was gonna say, I think we got depth again. You know, Guest of the show this week, Tyrese Knight. If you guys missed my conversation with him, you go back and check it out. It's on YouTube. But, Ernest goes down. Tyrese steps in, just comes in and lays some lumber right away, just pops the guy right in the hole. They bring it up right away on the broadcast. Like, it's guys who you don't know, you don't expect,
Yeah, no, to your point, bro. Like, when the whole season turned around last year after the bye week when we traded Dotson and Brooks. And dude, those are two of the top, and they coincidentally are both in Miami, but two of the top tackle leaders and everything. And like they are dogs. But schematically, it just wasn't working. Like, I don't know why, but that's not for me to decide. It's the coaches. Like McDonald had a clear vision, and he was like, we need to. Him and John got together, like, we could trade for Ernest Jones and put him in. And we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna put our fucking nuts on the line. And we're gonna put in the 4th round rookie. Dude, there's 1st and 2nd round rookies that don't start these days. Like back in the day, if you were in the top 3 rounds, if you're not starting, your teammates looked at you sideways. And so all right, I got like 2 minutes. So my ride's about to leave. So, but I'm saying, like shit would, like, they would give you a sideways look, like, yo, motherfucker, pull your weight. And that was just being real. And so T Knight, I guarantee you, he took a lot of frustration, stress, and pain out on. He was inserted with Ernest, and our defense took off. And then Drake Thomas been playing his fucking ass off, and competition, right? It spawns the best out of all of us.
Iron sharpens iron. Yeah. No,
absolutely.
I talked to Tyrese about that this week. Here, we got to get through these super chats then. Hold on.
Yeah, let's go.
Here's now. Fucks with it, Jacoby 42, or fucks with it 42, Jacoby, however you want to read it. If you weren't riding with us from the start, we don't need you now. Keep doubting, please. How do you see us attacking the trade deadline, Lofa? What pieces do you want to pick up, if any?
I don't. I don't. And honestly, this is just my perspective. Sorry, I'm gonna talking on the walk, but
talking walk. We got 10 of them waiting. We got to get through.
All right, yeah. Well, hopefully my internet doesn't cut out. But I mean, Gig Harbor, you know this lay of the land more than I do, Brett. But I don't see us being, big players at the trade deadline. Like 6-2, 7-2, whatever the fuck we are. We are dominating. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And somebody, attitude-wise, even if they're a superstar, they could fuck up some shit for you. So if there's I don't see a position where we're lacking. Right. Mm-hmm. And this is where years pass. Even before we acquired Big Cat, I was like, yo, dude, if we can get a fucking Savage on the D line, I could see. And I never actually foresaw us like stepping up and getting Big Cat. Like that was that was astronomical. That was wild. Because then I told you, I was like, we have to extend him because he has historically been on Jets and Giants, like losing teams. But I knew his attitude was a problem. It was just like the culture around him was, and even as strong as he was fighting, like that's a game wrecker. And I just couldn't believe when we landed him, but I knew we had to pay him. So I don't see anybody like what position, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to chime in.
I was going to turn it back to the chat. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys want to do with this deadline?
Where would you look for an upgrade, right?
Yeah, as long as everyone's healthy, I mean, we have depth, so we're looking good even if people aren't healthy.
But Brett, we haven't even been healthy. That's the craziest part.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. You're saying the same thing.
Yes.
Alina Dahl jumps in. She says, Brett, first time in a while we have no missed field goals, so that's nice. They also said that Myers is like the leading scorer in the NFL in the past like 3 seasons or something. So Lofa, I agree. She continues. Lofa, I agree. National media might not give us our flowers, but they will look one thing to make us wilt. They're giving us flowers. Shove those fake comments up their asses.
No, I fucking love it, Alina. You know what? Their fucking roses smell like boo, boo, boo.
Alina continues. She says, jumps back in and says, I think tonight's game blew your mind, Lofa. Love, you had a 100% chance since your condoms won. What?
Trojans.
Well, oh, I see. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy about the Trojans this weekend?
Yeah. I don't even know who your team is, Alina, but
Yeah.
I hope we beat them. Still love
Hey,
you, though.
Donna jumps in the chat tonight. What's up, Donna? Says, just hope the lack of respect motivates the players like it did our pedestrian
Doug
receivers.
Baldwin.
That's right. Skip Brainless. Ooh, shot at Skip Bayless right there from Donna.
Yeah.
Skip Brainless said our D couldn't stop Peyton and his prolific offense despite their dominance all year. True.
Yeah. Highest at the time,
True.
offense, production wise. And what was it, 8 points? We didn't even get to double digits.
This feels exactly like where Seahawks fans want to be. Seahawks fans love being disrespected. They
Yeah.
love the feeling of like being the little brother up there in the top left corner of the country.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what's happening to us right now. It feels like we're poised for a run.
Most win
Carolyn,
shit. Then we kick the shit
Carolyn
out of
is
your
here.
team.
No comment, believes the super chat. We love you,
I
Carolyn.
love Carolyn. I love the comment, no comment. I say it all the time. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. And that's pretty much what you gave us. Thank you.
True Metal Jake jumping in the chat here. Hey, Brett, I'm coming to town for the game on the 16th. Where's the party? Well, what 16th? You're talking about the November, December? What are we talking here?
January, because that's where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen.
It's got to be maybe November. I believe I'm coming up, Lofa, December 18th. I think there's a game. Something like that.
Go. Are you serious?
I think so. I think I might be in town. Might be a little early for the holidays this season to see the film.
I got a room, bruh.
Let's go, bruh. Listen, if Jake, here's the comment again. Jake, on the 16th, if Lofa's going to be there, there'll be a party. We'll let you know where he's going to be.
No, there's definitely a party on the 18th, though.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Keenan jumping back in. Nick Eamon Warrior's an absolute monster, blowing up the bubble screen, making a tackle for a loss while he blocks. Just makes me that much more excited about the ceiling on this defense. I mean, this rookie looks insane. He's like Lofa. He looks good in the uniform. You know what I mean? Like the numbers.
He looks like you want him to look. He runs like you want him to run.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just very instinctual. But the comparisons, I'm going to need to see some more big hits before we say, like, he's the next Cam Chancellor, because that's what the comparisons are coming out. I will say, very great spatial awareness, understanding time and space, and, like, surroundings, and, like, great decision making.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam Chancellor used to put motherfuckers in the ground, right?
Well, Nick Eamon Worry finished the game with 5 tackles and 1 assisted. That's number 2 on the team on defense as far as tackles go this game. He was all over the place.
That's cute. Cam Chancellor used to throw a motherfucker into a tackle. Like the guy who was trying to block him made the tackle. He got assist. He got a solo tackle, even though he was on offense. That's all I'm saying.
You hear that, Nick? You little cutie. You better do something.
I mean, he probably whooped my ass, but either way, we'll go out swinging.
Eaglet Snupper, one of our favorite listeners and viewers here. He or she, we're not sure, jumps in the chat. Y'all live once a week, national media. All I got. Huh?
Fucking love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Put us on TV.
Howdly Doodly Champion, the Diddly Doodler. That's the screen name, everybody.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah.
Jumps into the chat, says Ty Okada acting like Kazuka Okada out there.
I don't know what that means, but
figuring out Hill Zone guys. Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know what it means. Thank you, Brett. For the
Donna jumping back in. I know I wasn't a huge I know it wasn't a huge gain, but K9 running backwards was one of my favorite plays.
Hey, sometimes you got to take a step back to gain perspective. I feel like that's what he did on that test.
Alina,
my battery's going to die.
Alina Dahl, I'm going fast as I can. Alina Dahl jumping back in the chat. Brett sending you dollars for some reading glasses. Good grief already.
Thank you, Alina. Love it.
Not pronouncing them right. Yeah, listen, I'm going as fast as I can over here tonight, all right?
My shit's about to die. I'm gonna buy a fucking adaptable charger, Alina, because you yelled at me last week.
Adam says our defense is next level. We have the ability to break an opposing offense. Literally agree.
Folks, I'm all about that, Adam.
Flying around killing people. Lofa, though, the thing is the NFC West is probably the most stacked division in football. The
I don't
Niners
think so.
win, the Rams get another win, the Seahawks get another win. I mean, who comes out of this thing division champs?
It's us and the Rams. Niners are depleted. Yeah, they're getting some guys back. I'm telling you, it's an uphill battle because right now they have a quarterback controversy. Like, as much as they want to deny it, they paid Purdy when the I still respect that he fucking did what he did in his first couple of years. But it was a lot similar to what I did in my first few years. I had a fucking stacked offense and I had a great defensive line. You know how easy it is to play with the lead? Hand it off to Christian McCaffrey, throw it to IU, throw it to Debo, throw it like Kittle, like Trent Williams is your tackle. I have Wilton Jones. Like, keep shit in perspective. This is where I lose my mind. I feel like I'm crazy and I should just fucking stop talking because apples to apples, like, it's not that difficult to do your job. Like, I still respect that he was clutch, right? Those are the factors. Even when he tore his arm, he tried to come back in Philly at the NFC Championship. The next year, he took the Chiefs the distance, right? In the Super Bowl. Great. Awesome. However, you're still not taking into consideration the help around. And so I feel like quarterback, especially these days, is overvalued. Matt Jones has stepped in, and I think he has one loss. He's like 5-1, 51, good number. But that's beside the point. It's just more like when everything was going to shit, no continuity, like Matt Jones stepped in and like kept the ship afloat. And he's not getting enough respect. But he was also like, wasn't he the number one overall back in the day? Fucking 2 or 3 time national champion. But that in there with Jalen Hurts to a fucking whoever was coaching back then. Like, so there's a lot of factors that people dismiss, and they're just like, "Oh, he's just not good." Everybody's yelling at Baker sucked, and I had his back. Oh, turns out Baker's the fucking man.
Yeah.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
so this is where I get a little like hostile because like I'm like, am I watching a different fucking game than everybody else? And it's not because I played the game; it's because I'm very in the moment observing. I was like, yeah, Baker threw his fucking nuts on the line and like made magic happen.
Yeah.
Whether it was when he was at Texas Tech and then as a walk-on, and then he transferred, and then he won the Heisman, and then he got drafted to a horrible organization. Nothing against the Browns, but they have 25 or so starting quarterbacks over the history of the last 18
Yeah.
years. Like sometimes they had 2 or 3 per season. So I factor in everything in my decision making. It's purely objective. But there's one thing you can't teach, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the fucking will to go after it every step of the way. Right?
True. True.
And this is why when people, I think the best backhanded, compliment I get is like they meet me and they're just like, shake my hand, like I have these jerseys, like, how? At your size did you do what you did? I was like, because I will fucking never quit. And I would rather fucking die than not try. And that is what I can recognize in all the guys that I vouch for. Cody White, been talking about for 2 years. Gets
Yep.
one opportunity, takes the fucking house.
Yeah.
Very, very masterful play call by Kubiak. Great throw by Donald. But still, it was like the opportunities manifest when you get the chance. And so I am so overly excited about this team, and rightfully so because they're putting in the work, brother.
Hey, are you excited? True Metal Jake jumps back in. He means 11-16 at SoFi down in LA. Rams game, bro, he says. Got to do an all-day meetup down at the game. What do you think? LA trip in your future? Coming out?
I might be able to make a day trip happen.
Let's
just
go.
to talk shit to Rams fans.
Let's go. Healthy Doodly champion, the Diddler Doodler. I think they just want me to say their name, by the way.
Yeah.
Jumps back in. One of the best wrestlers in the world, also named Okada. Hope Ty lives up to the namesake.
Well, they sounds like they might be related in some form or fashion. Right?
Eaglet Snupper, last comment of the night. Speedy Seahawk Smith Ninjigba, snatched, slick, spirals, slipping, spinning, and scoring spectacular on Sundays. I think they just want to hear me say S. But
Yeah, it's a great alliteration, but
I'm trying.
fucking 5 Ds of dodgeball, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, ladies and gentlemen. All right, my battery is dead and my
Dude,
ride is leaving. I
show is
fucking
brought
love
to
you
you by
guys.
Duel. You guys are amazing. That's Lofa. I'm Brett. Go watch the show on YouTube. Go check out the interview with Tyrese Knight that we did during the week. And get ready for the Seahawks next week because they're coming, everybody. The NFC West is lit this year, and so are your Seahawks. They beat the Commanders. They beat the pants off them 38-14. We'll see you next week. Love you, Lofa.
Love your dog, and I love you all day, fam.
Laters.